Inside Jeff Bezos' silent rise to ultimate power and billionaire influence. There are billionaires who flaunt their power. And then there's Jeff Bezos, a man who didn't just create wealth, he engineered it. He didn't ride waves of hype or controversy. He studied them, controlled them, capitalized on them. From an unassuming garage startup to one of the most powerful companies in history, Bezos transformed e-commerce, logistics, cloud computing, and media. Today, his influence is felt from the book you download to the rocket launching into space. He's not just a former CEO, he's a global force, measured, methodical, monumental. This is the story of how Jeff Bezos became a trillion-dollar strategist and why his silent empire might be the most powerful of them all. From garage geek to global giant, Jeffrey Preston Bezos wasn't born with silver spoons or inherited empires. Born in Albuquerque in 1964 to a teenage mother, he was later adopted by Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who worked as an engineer. Their life was modest, stable, and grounded in values of education and self-discipline. Bezos displayed a curiosity about systems and science from a young age. He turned his parents' garage into a laboratory, rigged electrical systems for fun, even launched his own summer camp about science. He graduated valedictorian and headed to Princeton to study electrical engineering and computer science. After graduation, he landed on Wall Street, rising fast. But in 1994, he read a statistic that changed his life. Internet use was growing at 2,300% a year. That one insight became the seed of Amazon. He left his high-paying finance job, packed up a rental car, drove cross-country with his wife Mackenzie, and in a Seattle garage, Amazon was born as an online bookstore. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't loud. It was precise. And it would change everything. The relentless rise of Amazon. Amazon was never just about books. It was about building infrastructure, data systems, and customer trust. Bezos poured profits back into growth. He expanded rapidly into electronics, fashion, and groceries. Eventually, Amazon became the default marketplace for the modern world. But while the media focused on product launches, Bezos was building the real empire, AWS. Amazon Web Services began as a back-end solution, but became a cloud behemoth. Today, it powers companies, governments, and even parts of the CIA. Bezos didn't just want to sell things. He wanted to own the infrastructure of capitalism. His strategy? Think long-term. Be misunderstood. Obsess over customers. Every move, from launching Prime to acquiring Whole Foods, was part of a grand design. And while other tech founders sought attention, Bezos sought control. The lifestyle of a $200 billion strategist, Jeff Bezos may have started in a garage, but he certainly didn't stay there. Today, his lifestyle is a showcase of billionaire precision. He owns a $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills, an estate so lavish it once belonged to Hollywood royalty David Geffen. In Washington, D.C., he bought the largest private home in the city, a former textile museum. It spans 27,000 square feet and reportedly hosts political elites behind closed doors. He owns properties in Manhattan, Texas, and even Maui, where he's been buying up adjacent plots to expand his Hawaiian haven. And then there's the yacht. The $500 million mega yacht Kourou, complete with a secondary yacht for his helicopter. At over 400 feet long, it's a floating fortress of luxury. While some billionaires chase headlines, Bezos cruises international waters in silence, his fortune cloaked in curated discretion. From Amazon to the stars, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos always played the long game. And the longest game of all, space. In 2000, he quietly founded Blue Origin, years before SpaceX became a media sensation. The goal? To make space travel affordable, to move industry off Earth, to preserve the planet by expanding human presence into the solar system. "I want my grandchildren's grandchildren to explore the stars," he once said. Bezos has invested over $10 billion of his own money into Blue Origin. Its reusable rockets, suborbital flights, and lunar ambitions are part of a vision not for headlines, but for history. When Bezos flew to space in 2021 aboard New Shepard, it wasn't a joyride. It was a statement. He's not visiting space. He's planning to stay. The power couple, Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, after his 25-year marriage to Mackenzie Scott ended, Bezos emerged with a new partner, Lauren Sanchez. A former journalist, helicopter pilot, and media entrepreneur, Sanchez is more than a plus one. She's part of the Bezos rebrand. Their relationship blends luxury, influence, and calculated public presence. From the Met Gala to Cannes, they appear together with crafted elegance. Sanchez is expected to play a major role in Blue Origin's philanthropic and communications efforts. She's not just part of Bezos' personal life, she's part of the mission. Together, they embody a new chapter, less reclusive techie, more global power couple. Controversies and the tabloid spotlight, but with global fame comes global scrutiny. In 2019, Jeff Bezos found himself at the center of a media storm. His private text messages to Lauren Sanchez were leaked in a tabloid expose that rocked the business and media world. Rather than retreat, Bezos confronted the issue head-on. He accused the National Enquirer's parent company of blackmail and extortion. He even published their emails publicly, turning the scandal into a public lesson in defiance. The move was bold, unprecedented, and very Bezos. He took a moment of vulnerability and transformed it into a statement of power. In doing so, he not only protected his reputation, but showcased how personal privacy and corporate influence collide in the billionaire age. Since then, Bezos and Sanchez have maintained a high-profile relationship with strategic openness, enough to humanize, never enough to destabilize. And in true Bezos fashion, the headlines faded, but his control didn't. Media empire of influence. In 2013, Bezos bought the Washington Post for $250 million. He didn't meddle editorially, at least not overtly. But the message was clear: information is power, and Bezos intended to have both. Under his ownership, the Post has expanded digitally, modernized its operations, and regained financial strength. It's not just a newspaper, it's a megaphone. One capable of shaping public opinion, policy, and perception. And Bezos holds it quietly in his portfolio. Philanthropy, but on his terms, unlike peers like Gates or Buffett, Bezos was slow to embrace philanthropy. Critics questioned his priorities. But when he acts big. The Bezos Earth Fund, a $10 billion commitment to fight climate change. Donations to support homelessness, education, and veterans. And through the Day One Fund, he aims to build preschools and support low-income families. Still, every move is calculated. Bezos doesn't sign pledges lightly. He's not reactive. His giving reflects his philosophy: think in decades. Act strategically. Avoid spectacle. The network behind the throne. Bezos is no longer Amazon CEO, but his network remains vast. He chairs Bezos Expeditions, his personal investment vehicle. It holds stakes in Airbnb, Twitter, Uber, and biotech firms reshaping the future. He surrounds himself with former White House staffers, top-tier lawyers, military advisors, and Nobel-level scientists. This isn't a tech startup team. It's a geopolitical brain trust. From Davos summits to Pentagon briefings, Bezos has access not just to capital, but to classified intelligence and global decision-makers. His network isn't for show. It's for leverage. Brand Bezos. Reinvention by design. Look at photos from 2000, then today. The Bezos transformation is undeniable. From geek to gladiator. He shed the fleece and khakis for Tom Ford tuxedos and tailored muscle tees. He embraced personal training, speech coaching, and image consultants. But it wasn't vanity. It was strategy. Bezos understood that power today isn't just money. It's optics, presence, narrative. He became a symbol not of tech success, but of modern dominance. In a world driven by perception, Bezos sculpted his own mythos. The quiet billionaire doctrine. Bezos doesn't seek frenzy. He avoids spontaneous interviews, rarely tweets, refuses live political debate. His doctrine? Outthink, outlast, outbuild. While others trend, he plans. While others shout, he listens. While others react, he recalibrates. His rivals go viral. He goes orbital. The future according to Bezos. So what's next for the $200 billion man? He wants humans in space, cities in orbit, Earth preserved as a sanctuary. He wants Amazon to be the infrastructure of global commerce. He wants Blue Origin to be the engine of interstellar expansion. He wants the Washington Post to be the conscience of modern policy. And he wants to do it without chaos, without noise, just data, precision, and total control. The silent strategist of the billionaire age, now you know. Behind the designer sunglasses, the $500 million yacht, and the impeccable posture, is a man playing chess while others play checkers. He doesn't rule countries. He influences them. He doesn't break the internet. He built the cloud it runs on. Jeff Bezos isn't just rich. He's refined. He's relentless. He's redefined what power looks like in the 21st century. And in the future, if you find yourself ordering, flying, reading, launching, or even voting, don't be surprised if Bezos is behind the curtain. Lessons from Bezos: vision, patience, and power by design. Jeff Bezos didn't stumble into greatness. He built it, deliberately, quietly, one calculated step at a time. His story is not about overnight success. It's about obsession with detail, about trusting the long game when the world demands shortcuts, about ignoring noise, surviving storms, and focusing on what truly moves the needle. From a small garage with a second-hand desk to commanding some of the most advanced technologies on Earth and beyond, Bezos shows what's possible when ambition is backed by discipline. He reminds us that you don't have to shout to be heard. That power doesn't always come from charisma. It can come from clarity. And that transformation isn't just about money. It's about mindset. Whether you're building a business, rethinking your future, or simply trying to level up your life, there's something universal in Bezos' journey. Obsess over what matters. Ignore distractions. Think in decades, not days. And above all, design your future. Because if Jeff Bezos has proven anything, it's this: you don't need to be born into power to shape the world. Sometimes, all it takes is one insight, one bold step, and the relentless decision to never look back.